So traders, this rally right now is what I call a sucker rally, and it is almost over before they start to dump it on your ass again. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you grab access to that free trading course I'm giving away. Very first link in the description, go get access to that, guys. So let's have a look at the actual stock market itself right now. We can see on the good old Dow Jones, the Dow Jones has still had a very strong rally through here. So we're still getting a very strong rally. The Dow Jones is sort of the outlier of all these markets right now, right? We're definitely getting a very strong rally. So there's no one really clearly in control of the Dow Jones. Now, here's the interesting thing. When we start to look at the other markets, like the S&P 500, right? So we're getting a really good sort of the S&P 500 is definitely still in a very strong pullback, right? And remember, whenever we're looking at the markets, we want to ask ourselves, okay, firstly, what is the trend? So where is the trend? Is it up? Is it down? Or is it sideways? And then once we know that information, then we want to ask ourselves, is this still part of a pullback right now, or could it be a change of trend? See, what a lot of traders do, right? If we have a downward trend like this, high, we have a downward trend, lower highs, lower lows. We know that, right? But what a lot of traders can do, if we have this move here and we get this sort of stuff here, is this a change in trend right now if we actually got this? Well, we don't know, right? But where is the trend? Where is the trend at that time? We're still down, aren't we? We're still making these lower highs, aren't we? So we're making these lower highs all the way down. And then we have a move down, and then we have this, what we call a pullback. So we're going to, firstly, our question should be like, what is the trend of the markets? And as you can see, the trend, these major lower highs are still down. Okay, so the trend is down, and now we're getting a move to the upside. Now, is the move to the upside a change in trend, or is it just a pullback at that time? Now, obviously, it can change to anything, right? But at this point in time, if this market is doing this right now, this high here right now is still much lower than this high here. So we cannot predict the exact bottom, but when we're looking at the markets, we can start then. Firstly, what's the trend? And then also secondly, if right now we know the trend is down, is this a pullback or is it a change in trend? Right now, it is only a pullback in the downward markets, right? And we get these pullbacks, pullback, drop, pullback, drop, pullback, drop, pullback, drop, right? We get these sort of things happening in the markets, right, with the S&P 500. So right now, a lot of traders will be saying, oh, here we go, this is the bottom right now. And I know David Hunter has been coming out. Now, nothing against David Hunter. I think he has a lot of really good information long term. But people like him who are saying we're getting ready for a melt up right now, that could be the case, right? But on a technical level basis right now, we are still in a downward trend, right? And right now, you are hoping and you're wishing and you're gambling. And if you try to trade the way that, oh, well, this is definitely going to be the bottom of the market's going to rally and we're going to start a good bull market. If you trade that way, you're going to be wrong more times than you're not. And also your profits are going to be much smaller than your losses, right? Because the same thing through here. You know, oh my goodness, the bottom's in. As the market's rallying, the bottom's in, and the market crashes. And then the market rallies. Oh, the bottom's in, and the market crashes. Oh, the bottom's in. You see what I'm saying there? So yeah, you may be right here, but if you continue to trade that strategy of going against the overall market, yeah, you may be right. You may be right here, but you were wrong here, so on and so forth, right? And then as you can see, the market dumped. So right now, this is what I call part of a sucker rally in the markets. And I call it a sucker rally because that's what this, especially bear markets, the market loves to do that. It will just have a very strong move up. Again, in a bear market, it'll try to get everyone short. And right now, we're starting to get really greedy in the markets. There's a lot of greed in these markets. So to me, I'm seeing this is getting very close to this sucker rally ending. before we see another leg down. If we have a look at the NASDAQ charts, and we can see here with the NASDAQ charts, we're definitely in a much stronger downward leg here on the NASDAQ. What do we have here? Once again, we have a high, lower high, down, lower high. We had this major lower high here, and then where we are right now, right? So we had a strong move down through here. And look at this here, right? There is no way this is a bottoming pattern on the NASDAQ. There is no way this is a bottoming pattern. This is a very weak pattern. Now this can morph into anything, as you know. And that's always the hardest thing for most of you guys watching this video right now when you're trading, is that I'm saying this is definitely not a bottoming pattern, but what if it does start to do something like this? Now we have to flow with it, right? And that's where a lot of you traders are like, oh my goodness, like this. It just doesn't make sense. It does make sense, right? It makes sense because all we have to do is flow with the markets. Right now, we only can make a decision what the pattern is telling us right now. But over the next week or two, as it morphs and folds into something new, then we must develop that, right? Or is it staying with the story of downward trend, or is it changing the story? Is it changing the tune of the story? But right now, look at this low here. These major lower lows and lower highs, we're in a downward trend. And the NASDAQ's not even getting a strong rally like the Dow Jones and possibly even the S&P, right? Look at this here. We had a strong move down, and then we've had this little sideways movement through here. This is just the pullback. Again, this is a bit of a sucker rally here, and especially the NASDAQ. Once we start to get something like this on the NASDAQ and we start to break below here, it's going to be all over for the NASDAQ, especially if we look at the weekly charts and I bring on my trend lines. Look at this here. Look at this on the NASDAQ. This is just, it's definitely, there's a lot more downside to come out of these markets as I speak right now. And so you can see here that we're probably going to continue filling this level here before we get something like that. And then we're probably going to see a lot more downside. Again, I actually overall with the actual the NASDAQ, should I say, I have a target of 7,000. You can see the reasons why. This support level here on 7,000. I have a target of 7,000 on the NASDAQ. So I wouldn't want to be trying to, pick the bottom here, pick the bottom. Why? Down, sucker rally, then the continuation of the downward trend. Down, sucker rally, continuation of the downward trend. Down, sucker rally, continuation of the downward trend. And until that trend changes, do not try to fight the trend, because if doing that, you're probably going to be right once or twice out of 10. Like, don't, right? If you do that, right? If you are trading a strategy that's going to be wrong, like it's going to be wrong 8 times out of 10, right? And you're only going to be right 2 or maybe even 3 times out of 10, right? 20 or 30% success rate. Then why not flip it on its head and do the exact opposite and get 7, 8 times out of 10 right, and then 1 or 2 or maybe 3 wrong? Makes sense? So that's what we're looking at through there. If we look at the actual Russell as well too, the Russell right now is still in a downward trend. We're still making these lower highs through here, as you can see. And if I bring on my drawing trend lines through here, we have this high, lower high, and we're getting this pullback through here. So we're still making these overall downward sort of lower highs through here, especially when you look at this daily chart through here. What do we have? We had this overall move down from there to there, and then now we're getting this overall pullback here. So I wouldn't be too surprised to start to see something like this in a breakout, and then a continuation on the downside. So there we go, traders. That's what I wanted to look at for here. This is just based on the actual stock market itself. The all-in-all picture, guys, is firstly, let's focus on, is there a trend in place? Yes, it's down. Okay. Second, if we know the answer to that question, then the second question should be, is it just a pullback, or is it actually a change in trend? And as we speak right now, it's just a pullback. So therefore, the story is saying we're likely to be ending this sucker rally before we have another leg down.
Hey traders, I'm giving away 100% free access to my brand new breakthrough full trading course. This is 8 videos over 10 hours of pure amazing and powerful strategies. This is my most powerful systems and strategies that I've used for the last 16 years, and I'm giving it away for free. So this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link around here somewhere, a button or in the description or somewhere in there. Click on that and you can go get free access to my brand new breakthrough trading course. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now. Go to that right now, guys. You can get full, complete, free membership access. Go do that right now.